mean, we've been doing pretty well with Merlins, but typically just second with Merlin. Merlin has been having a hard time closing. I think if you need first, I suspect that Zelhua probably has higher first equity. If I were to take a guess. But we've been doing well with Merlin lately, so I think we're going to take Merlin instead of Zell. But I do believe that it is very close here. I think if we were in actual dire straits and we had to get first or the game just ends instantly, I think the other option would be there. But for now, I think this is okay. I really don't like Humpty here. I don't hate the magic research, but buffing up a blind mouse is pretty dog shit. And Mim is pretty bad as well. And I really need to cast a spell next turn, so I can't really... Like, if I take the Humpty, it's really bad. We're just going to take the mouse, and I don't think I'm going to lock for this. Not my favorite Merlin start. This is a little better, but we can't actually cast this spell at all, which is not ideal. Like, we basically have no hero power so far. And there's not really a good way of getting a hero power either. Which is really bad. I think what we're going to do is we're going to grab this and roll. I don't want these. I'm not pleased with this start. This is really bad for Merlin. Really fucking bad. At least we tie. We haven't taken any damage, but we really have not been set up for success this game. Still not having a spell to cast. Must be nice to have a hero power. What do we do here? Tiny? I don't think Black Cat is it. Baby Dragon, maybe? This is pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not super happy. I don't know what to do. Our spells have been really terrible. Maybe I lock Shrink, but I just like Shrink buffing these. I don't even know if that does anything for us. Maybe it was fine. Our opponent is literally just on like a board that is 10x the size of ours. Don't really know what to do. I don't really want to pick up white. I mean, it's probably Stag for sure. It's probably Stag Earthquake. Roll. We absolutely have to cast this Earthquake, so we should buy the Stag and just cast it and figure out our position. Alright, this makes us the least vulnerable to Earthquake, I guess. We'll lock for the Sleeping Princess, I suppose. I don't love it, but it's what we've got, so... Maybe this is better behind because it's bigger. The Earthquake was very good there. Still get our fucking Stag killed. Like... We get a tie. Tie is nice, it helps some. It's probably buying these two. and then putting the spell on the Sleeping Princess. So we at least have some scaling. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to still run the stag without a 2, like just straight stag, or not. These two are very similar. This is weaker to falling stars. Maybe I have to do this, and just, if they falling stars me, then we still get to stag. If they earthquake me, we still get to stag. Which means maybe it's this. I think this board is probably the strongest in the event of earthquake or falling stars. And then we just have to gamble that this gets to attack. We'll see. This has not been the most productive couple of turns here. So they did cast Falling Stars. Kill the ranged. Okay, so we played around the Falling Stars pretty well. And we get a mouse. So this mouse has got to be a fucking hero. These are some of the worst options that I could have imagined out of it. We'll take coin. But that's pretty bad. I'm going to healing potion and roll. I think we need to do better. Alright, here's my thought on this spot. I think it's double craft, I think it's Sell Tiny, double crafty, and then Candy Rain. And then I think we have to Sling because it makes us the strongest. We could also Corrupted Heartwood. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 1, 2, 3. Let's just Sling. I need to make sure that we're strong in this spot. Let's position the stuff in front that I would actually be fine with dying and getting the buff. It's probably this that makes us the biggest. I mean, that is a big round. Because we did get a lot of stats there. It doesn't matter. I mean, we may have stabilized. Our board isn't particularly exciting, but we probably stabilized at 37. So we're in a good spot. It was not the most exciting start to that. I think I just mask here. It's 2 5s and a bunch of 4s. Tweedle's interesting with the coin, but I think to be stronger, it's just taking the apple tree, though it isn't that exciting since we don't have any real ranged. Taking an Ian is pretty medium as well. So I think it's probably this, and then we're going to grab the Nian next turn. It is a 10-10, and it is a lot of stats, and it'll be useful later. I don't believe that we want this Tweedle, but I think the Nian is an okay pickup this early on. We'll put the Crafties in the back. I think we can maybe lead on this now. Yeah, this seems fine. Okay, so we got our stag attack. They got multiple Court Wizard hits, which is problematic. Basically every Court Wizard hit. So that kills that. This thing has literally hit 1,000 times here. It's That's brutal. It got the maximum number of hits. That sucks. It kind of cost us a little bit. I think we'll grab Nian and actually just Mix-a-Whizzle for this turn. And then if we find a Kiss or something, we'll probably hit it, but it's fine if we just keep this as is. So we'll do this. We'll rearrange these a bit. I'm trying to decide if I need this monster book or if it makes more sense just to kidnap here. I do like the monster book, but we have to sell these. And then what are we cutting for the book? There's not much to cut, so let's rearrange this. Yeah, our major issue is that there's not a lot that we actually want to be removing for the book in this position. So we may as well just kidnap here. And it does put some attack on our apple tree, which is fine. We get a Brave Princess at 1, which is interesting. Not particularly good, but interesting. Kind of need some ranged for us to be successful here, I think. So this attacks, this attacks. Okay, so they don't get their 4 glory. So we're back to our Nian again. And we ended up with a frog. Not the most exciting. Sphinx is out. We're against Horde Dragon now, who is still on level 4. We have a royal, 2 royals if we put this in. I don't think that's enough to justify it. Could use Lightning Bolt. I don't hate that. I think it's pretty good in this spot. And then let's roll a little bit. Triple Crafty's nice. We could Atlas and take the Copycat, looking for good boys later. Or we can Locked Chest. Those are really our options. I think we'll Atlas. We'll pick up this Copycat on spec. And we'll rearrange our units a bit. We don't actually have anything for this for right now. Position this here. We don't want to run the Copycat yet. I think this is okay. We could even put this in the front. Potentially. I think we lead on the Crafty. The Stag itself is not very strong. It is a 13/13, but the buff doesn't matter as much anymore. They have a Soul Tack. Well, that's not ideal. Well, that sucks a lot, actually. That's really bad, in fact. Wow, that combat was terrible. Holy shit, that was fucking awful. Okay, we're on tier 5. Wombat is okay. We do have the Copycat. We could start scaling the Wombats with the coin. Which I don't absolutely hate. It is good with Good Boy later as well. I think we Genie's Wish. That's pretty good. We got a buff on our Wombat. This would be a 17, so like an 11, 18. I don't believe that we're going to be Shoulder Fairies this game, unfortunately. Okay, let's put this Wombat in. We can lead on it, probably. We want to lock, so we want to buy this Nian this turn. So let's get rid of the Mouse and the Cindy. And we can get rid of the Awoken Princess or the Frog. Let's just get rid of the Frog. They're all pretty equally useless. So we'll get our tier 5. So we can guarantee this gets hit. That's a little bit smaller than the apple tree. We can get an upgraded wombat next turn. It's probably worth it, but we can wait until next round. Our combat is fine here. That's great. This one gets the buff. We may not take it since this already has some stats on it, but having an upgraded one would be pretty nice. Our tree has been literally the dumbest unit I've ever seen in my life, which sucks. I don't know why our tree has been so stupid. I don't think it's killed anything. Like, it just attacks and dies like an idiot. So Sling is 1, 2, 3, 4 at this point, so we can get rid of it for this. We could copycat the familiars with the book, but I think we're more interested in the Hand of Midas. Grabbing the wombat here. And then we're going to roll. Okay, we get a fireball. I don't think we need another tree. We can put this in the first slot now. Put this over here. It'll make our apple tree have a better chance of triggering. I want this to get a little bit of stats if possible. This is fine. This is another Nian. We would sell like 2 to pick it up, and then we'd put this in the front. We could, in theory, put the other wombat in the back, but I don't really want to buy another Nian. I don't care that much about this, but I do like the end. So we're going to position like this. We're going to buy this for the pair potential, and then we're going to the end something next turn to go straight to 6. So we killed that. That's pretty decent, actually. I hope this one dies first. It didn't. We got the buff on the other one. That's fine. Sometimes you can't account for where the buff is going to go. We really need this apple tree to actually get some equity here. Doesn't look like it's going to unless it hits this Vampire. Okay, that's fine. We'll tolerate that. That isn't ideal. These are really large. Okay, so we can kill this one, and then this can hit here. And then we get 2 of these. Okay. That's not so bad. So we are looking to go to 6, to roll on 6 here. I need to gain some life. We could hit the Nian, but it's one of our bigger units. I think we're getting rid of the stag here. I know it feels a little weird, but I think we get rid of the stag over the apple tree. So it puts us at 18, and now we can roll looking for Good Boy. Bearstein is also reasonable pickup here. And so is the other wombat to go for another one. I think we're going to pick up the Bearstein first. I don't believe that we're running the copycat yet. We still want to put these in the front. But I think we can pick up Bearstein first, and then if we can croc one of these, I think we're happy about it. I am going to pick up the other one, though. But for now, let's buy, sell this, play this, and lock. I don't know if we're in a spot where we can play the Echo Wood yet. But I think that this is okay. I don't think I'm going to run a vanilla copycat without like just trying to make wombats. But if we can triple this and get first attack, then it would be more interesting for sure. They have double upgraded copycat. Okay, that's fine. That's less fine. We're going to need to kill them like right now, basically. This is really our only hope, which I don't think that we have the ability to do. Okay. Yeah, this is all we've got. So we're going to take 3, 6, we're going to take 9, 10. Guess we're at 8. And now our chances of finding Good Boy are almost 0 because they have 6 of them already. I don't really know how to beat that at all. So I guess we're just playing for points at this stage. We'll buy the other Wombat and then roll. I don't know what else we can do here. Drink Me Potion, I suppose. We could switch out. We could All His Dream. Oh, sorry, we could Hugify the Wombat, which I think is okay. And then we'll put the other one in the front here, and then we'll replace this with a Nian in the back. This is mostly trying to prioritize buffing these with the coin before we finally put them in the back row. We're trying to get as many points as possible here, but it's not looking great. We are against somebody who died, but I believe that they just died, so they're still going to be pretty strong here. Luckily, this Wombat is pretty large, and if it summons into an animal, it's going to be in a pretty good spot. We may be in a position where finding Croc is really our only out. So they also had Crown, and they were going for a similar line. So this other Wombat may end up being bigger than the primary one that we've been buffing. That actually helps, the little baby dragon that it found. I don't really know how we beat Red Rain, unless somebody else is able to figure it out. I'm not sure what we can do there, to be honest. I mean, we're fine here, but I don't know how we can get into first. At least it is impossible for the game to end this turn, which is nice. We could upgrade this one, or this Nian. Let's just kiss the Nian. It's a Herc. That's not quite it. They were playing all range the last time that we fought them, so the Cupid is a lot less good there. Big Pigs is interesting. Not particularly good, I don't think. There's just no good boys in the pool anymore, so we're pretty shit out of luck there. We can triple this one. And then I guess we can run the Copycat and just hope that it's good enough to summon. So we'll sell this, and I guess we're selling the Familiar. Yeah. See what our treasure is. Ambrosia would be pretty good, I think. Makes this tripled. So I think we're running at least one of these with a Copycat. Maybe one in front, one in back. So it's pretty likely that this dies if it attacks, but this is what we've got, so I mean, not a whole lot else we can do, right? I think this is the bigger one, right? Yeah. Okay, it needs to attack over here. It does not again. So this is the third time now that it has not done anything for us. Okay, that's fine. I don't believe that it's enough because of the ranged. Looks like we die anyway. Okay, so we'll see where we end up if it's... because we didn't take a ton of damage. No, it's still fourth. For such a shitty Merlin start, I guess we'll take a fourth. Which will put us up to 7 points, which is still not quite enough, but it's fine. We took too much damage because there were double upgraded, so we ended up losing a point there. Not ideal, pretty bad game. I mean, we were setting ourselves up to try and do better than this, and we just missed on, like, these treasures were pretty disappointing overall. This double Wombat run out, I mean, it's possible that we should have tried to put them both in the back and try a double Copycat, like maybe scam that way, but I don't think it's enough without a good boy. So, Not the ideal outcome for us, but we gave it our best, and we really didn't have any benefit from this. Not a huge benefit anyway. We got one additional summon out of it, which was nice, but we needed to find more animals. A croc would have been really important. Summoning the wombat makes the board dramatically better. But we didn't have that, so take our 4th, and I'm going to go ahead and go on break a little bit, try to shake it off, and hopefully we can get enough points that nobody wins as well, and then we can win in the last one, if there is one.